quality of public goods and their provision of equal protection and equal opportunity for everybody in this society. The very basic function of government in a democracy has been degraded under Walker. And also, as has their financing. You know, it's a much more regressive tax system, even than when he came into office. He's been much more regressive. So we'd want to make it fair, more based on ability to pay. Now that's pretty straightforward, right? You fix the democracy, fix the economy, have some public goods for equal protection opportunity, and pay for government in fairer ways. That's the basic program at very high levels. We know that. And the strategy is also straightforward. How do you get back a democracy? You put some people in the government that have your values. That's how you do it. We just haven't done it. We just haven't gotten organized. There are all sorts of people we run into all the time who seem very smart, certainly smart enough to be politicians, who are in movements, and so they already have the values. And I'll tell you, it's much easier to train someone with decent values to be a politician than to take a politician without values and train them to be a good person. We got lots of good people around here. They don't want to run for office though because it's sort of boring, it's lonely, they're not doing it as a part of a team, they don't get much support, it's an individual effort rather than a group effort. And that's a central thing that OWR wants to replace. We want to make it part of a group, community type effort. But to do that, you really do have to build, we think, a sort of community, not a typical political organization with people, you know, looking for heretics and rather than converts and being mean to each other and, you know, always distinguishing themselves and being super PC and, you know, all that more difficult stuff. It's supposed to be, it should be a community in the ways that communities are communities. It should have some scale or some rules and some expectations, but it should also have some of that love stuff, sorry to say it. You know, it should be encouraging to people and get their back a little bit and forgive them a little bit, you know, if they screw up and lift them up again a little bit. You know, people I think are desperate for such a community of any sort, especially in political space. But it's got to scale. It's got to scale. Why does it have to scale? It's got to be, you know, 3 to 4, 5 or 6, eventually 10,000 people. Why? Because you need that much talent, because there's a ton of work to do. Do you know how many elective offices there are in Wisconsin? We say we want to have somebody in every elective office. There are 15,000.
Wow.
That's a lot of work. We can do it, but you need some people. It's mostly volunteer labor, but you need some staff to help organize that. And for that, you know, and they can't live on, you know, ramen and, I don't know, what'd you say, plastic rice, which some people in India were living on for a while. Forever, right? They got to be able to eat. So you need a little bit of money to have it. What's our organizational DNA? You know, what are the components of this thing? I just screwed this up again. Oh, I got it back. It was brilliant. We're statewide, mentioned that. Why statewide? Because we're trying to do the whole government, all aspects of it. Independent, why that? Because we don't want to get in a fight with the parties. We consider them sort of irrelevant to what we really want to do, which is advance these values. We'll obviously almost certainly have a closer relation with Democrats than Republicans, but we want to be real open to anybody. Anybody. Can I be clear on that? I guess not. Good. So we're values-based.
Wait, Joel, can anybody join?
Yeah, right. With a and also we're all sinners. We've all screwed up, right? You know, if you voted for Trump, you know, come on, but you've gotten buyer's remorse, or you're changing your mind, you know, come on in. If you believe in freedom and opportunity, you can check the values yourself. With a program, told you about the program, well, of course we'll fill in the detail. Very ambitious. I mean, how can you know, very ambitious. We want government in Wisconsin to run on our values. We really do. We're not kidding. We don't just want to take the governor's race at some point or get a nice mayor in Milwaukee or whatever. We want Wisconsin to be this beaming, you know, citadel or something of democracy. And that's going to take a while. And we're also practical. We want to win. We don't want to lose. And we also don't want to complain. You know, Martin Luther King didn't say, I have a critique. You know, we have a dream. You know, we want to go forward. And we want to do deals and win. We don't want to lose and lose and lose. We like to win. It's fun. It's fun to win. And so we're collaborative. Now this will really shock those of you on the far left or far right or whatever. We would actually quite willing, indeed happy, indeed anxious to work with people that we don't necessarily agree with from jump in the pursuit of aims of the sort that we described. We don't want to compromise our values. We don't think we need to compromise our values, at least as stated. We can work with people who think they are at some distant place from where we are, we think, pretty easily. When we do this, we'll endorse and then work with candidates and officeholders. If there's somebody in there now, we don't want to drive out all incumbents. We just want to drive out the stinky ones. But there are a lot of sticky ones there, and we need to get a lot of people with a stronger backbone in, and we mostly want to concentrate on getting those people in. And we'll do that. We do it in the nonpartisan races, lift them up, enter them in, do their qualifying requirements, signature requirements to qualify, and then throw them a lot of trained volunteer support, all of you, to help them win. So instead of doing the doors alone, tediously going through some assembly districts, 12,000 doors, they'll have a bunch of other people doing them too. With endorsements then communicated to the public, sort of a good housekeeping brand of approval in Wisconsin politics. We're very movement connected. We're not a social movement exactly. We're not Black Lives Matter, but we're certainly connected to Black Lives Matter. We are not, Voces de la Frontera, though we're certainly connected with Voces. We're not even Citizen Action, though we're connected to Citizen Action. All these people are our friends, and we get leadership from them. We support them in their efforts. We're not trying to displace them. And so someone said, what should we do? Is this the umbrella organization? It's umbrella in the sense that it's the electoral arm of all these things, but it's not going to try to mess with those movements either. We're not going to tell those different movements how they should behave. We want to support them. Of course, we want them to get more powerful. We simply think to get really more powerful, you got to have the government eventually as your ally instead of